How cool does that motor look? That is so cool. This is the brand new Furitek FX118, and it is the world's first brushless, ready-to-run mini rock crawler. Compared to all the other brushed crawlers I've featured on my channel before, I think this one will outperform the lot. Now this is a first because we've never seen a brushless, ready-to-run mini crawler like this right out the box, and it does look incredibly interesting. Now the real question here is this going to be better than the rest, and will it be worth the price tag of £152 or $192? And yes, it's still cheaper than the Traxxas TRX-4M, so it is cheaper than the Traxxas, and I actually think it's going to perform even better. Now over the past few years I have featured some incredible mini crawlers on my channel, including the FMS K5 Blazer and their brand new LC80. Both of those trucks are flawless, they perform really well, and they're also in a similar price range to this. And they really are two of the most impressive mini crawlers I've ever featured on my channel. Now we know FMS is a fantastic brand when it comes to mini rock crawlers and trail trucks, so is this thing going to be better? Now we're going to come back to this awesome looking truck in a moment, but first let's have a look at what we get in the box. So first up we have our FMS style transmitter. I'm a huge fan of these, and this does have steering dual rate, steering trim, throttle dual rate and throttle trim adjustments. We don't get a foam grip on the wheel, but I don't really care about that because these little transmitters are great. And with this you will need 4 AAA batteries to get you up and running. So battery wise we've got a 600 mAh 2S LiPo. This is a little bit smaller than the battery that you get with the LC80 from FMS, but it should still give us good runtime. And because the FX118 is brushless, it should be more efficient than the brush system used in the FMS. We've also got a USB charger, we have a cross wrench. Now you also get a front bumper in the box and some mirrors, and you will have to fit those yourself. We have a set of optional hard springs. Finally, a basic black and white manual. So back to the truck then. Now I really like the wagon body style on this. I think it looks really cool. I really like the lights on the top as well. I think Furitek have done really well with the body choice. Now you can also get this in blue, but I really like the green. And as you can see there, I've already fitted the front bumper. That was incredibly easy using the included screws, and the mirrors are really easy to attach as well. So taking a look under the body then, now let's talk about some of the chassis features first, and then we'll get this thing out for a rip. So we have pull-to axles front and rear, ball bearings and metal gears throughout. We have big bore oil-filled shocks, and it's nice to see loads of adjustability there, and that is handy because you can set this chassis up the way you like. So we do have metal chassis rails, an axle mounted steering servo, and it doesn't look like we get a servo saver. There we have a decent sized battery tray, and the way you secure the battery is using these little elastic bands. It's really simple. Now these tyres feel really soft and they should be nice and grippy on the rocks. Now of course we have a 4-link suspension setup, but it does feature plastic links instead of metal links. And compared to something like the FMS LC80, that does have all metal components right out the box. So in the centre there we have our transmission. So down here is what most people are interested in, and this is what makes this little truck different from the rest. And there it is, down there we have the Furitek Venom motor, and it is a brushless outrunner, and that is really cool. Now paired with that we have the Lizard ESC, and of course we have a standalone receiver. Okay, so maybe this battery tray design isn't the best then. I was trying to fit the battery and I've already broken one of these little bands, but it's still in there nice and firm, so we should be good to go. Now we'll leave a link down below so you can head over to Banggood and check out the full spec. So before I put the body shell on, I just want to show you how cool the outrunner motor looks on this. How cool is that? That is so cool. So I'm just going to give this a quick go on my crawler park obstacles. Let's give it a go on this first one. This is a nice easy obstacle, handles it absolutely fine, and we're going to go back the other way. This thing has really good low speed modulation. Just look how slow that is. I'm just barely touching the throttle. Really good suspension flex as well. So far so good. I think it's time we turn it up a notch. So next up we have obstacle 2. Now I know this little truck is going to handle this perfectly. Yep, without even breaking a sweat. I always like going back the other way just to give you guys a little idea as to how it looks from the other side. So far, this is very impressive. Right, so moving on to the next one. This is where we're really going to see that suspension in action. Really good flex. And it does it without an issue. And just like before, we're going to go back the other way as well. How cool is that? So final crawler park obstacle then. Let's see how this does on the seesaw. Those tyres seem to grip really well. Just as I expected. Definitely better than the FMS tyres. Hey! Right, so we've got that out the way. Let's do a bit of real world testing now. Let's have a look at the top speed first of all. And you definitely want a little bit of speed, especially when you're on a proper crawler course, so you can get from obstacle to obstacle. That is full throttle, not bad at all. Now I'm going to be brave here. I'm going to see how it does on the ice. I don't want it to fall through. Just look how much steering angle we've got on this. That is insane. I think it's about 45 degrees, or at the very least they say it's about 45 degrees, and I do believe that. That is very impressive. So this does seem to handle the bigger rocks pretty well actually, and it is very slippery today. It was about -2, -3 last night, and it's still managing to do a pretty good job. So there we go then guys, just a very quick test of the brand new Furitek Brushless FX118. Now don't get me wrong, this is still an incredibly capable chassis, but I think what you're paying for here is the brushless system. And to answer the biggest question, is it worth the price tag? I think it is, if you think you're going to be needing the brushless power system. If not, I would say consider the FMS. And if you enjoyed seeing this in action, make sure you like this video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.